Yeah. Yay. Okay. Hey guys, how are you doing?
Hi.
Hi Jennifer. So thrilled to be here.
Very
So
excited.
excited. I'm so sorry. So, hey guys, how are you guys doing?
All good.
Good,
You? Well, thank you for being here. So, this is the very first episode of a podcast called In Between Breaks. And with me, I have Gabrielle, Felicia, and Angie. And today...
No, people usually say hi when they're on podcasts, right? Okay,
Hi.
so let's say hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi. Hi. So, high school movies. Let's talk about it. High school movies and TV shows, actually. I used to watch those as a kid, and I just couldn't wait to grow up.
Yeah, I agree.
Now, how are we feeling about it now?
I think there are many cringy ones. I think we were talking about earlier.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many cringy ones, but there are lots of good comedies. I feel like Mean Girls is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
And just the
Yeah.
comedy is so great.
Yeah, I feel like most of them are very unrealistic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're either good but unrealistic, or bad and cringy, or they're like good but like exaggerated, like comedies. Like in a lot of TV shows, they're like full adults playing teens. And I feel like that's just extremely unrealistic if a 30-year-old is supposed to be playing a 15-year-old, you know?
Yeah, I thought I was going to look like a 30-year-old in high school.
Yeah, exactly. And it creates...
feel like
Yeah.
you're like ugly and like you don't look adult-like enough for your
Yeah.
age, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah, because like they don't have any like facial flaws at all. So what you're just seeing on screen, they're just putting an idea into everyone's
Yeah, and
minds.
the guys always have like rocking abs, and the girls
Oh
always have
my
like
God.
giant boobs. Like that's
Zac
not.
Efron wouldn't be in high school.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's not how 90% of high schoolers look like, you know. Because at the end, on est encore des enfants. Like we're still kids that are growing, you know.
Exactly.
So,
You
like,
were
we don't
talking
look-
earlier about a TV series that you liked because
Yeah.
it was realistic.
So basically,
age-wise.
like there's this one TV show that that's like it's my favorite TV show. It's like a comfort show, like quote unquote. It's called Skins, and it's like based in the UK in like 2009, and it's the most realistic I find teens TV show out there. Because first of all, the actors are actual 16-year-olds, 15-year-olds, 14-year-olds portraying 14, 15, 16-year-olds. So like unlike most TV shows, they're actual children playing children. And it's very realistic. Like there's still the concept of like parties and like relationships and drugs, like in all of teen TV shows, but in a much more realistic manner.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like in a much more realistic way. And you feel like also like the mental disorders that they portray are much more realistic in real life than it would be in other TV shows. Like if you compare it to Euphoria, let's say. So everything in Skins is just so much more realistic, and you feel like you can relate more because the actors actually look like teens, like normal teens, and their lives actually resemble more like a normal teen's lives and like what would realistically happen. That's why I really like it. My favorite.
Do you think people sometimes take pleasure just in the fact that it's unrealistic? Sometimes it's fun that it's realistic, but sometimes it's fun to project and just imagine this is like an ideal high school, an ideal high school group, an ideal high school appearance. So I think people can find that fun.
Yeah, I feel like that's just really for the pure entertainment purposes.
True.
But I feel like with Skins, I think they actually meant to portray the realities of what a teen, you know, would go through and like how they would like go through teenage years.
What's your favorite high school series, Felicia?
I don't know. I don't really have one because, like, none of them really come to mind right now. But, like, I just remember as a kid watching, like child versions of teenage shows. Like, you know, like, you know.
Nickelodeon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
like
Disney
Like
Channel.
Victorious, iCarly.
Oh my God, I
Yeah,
love those.
kind of that. Like, I don't know. Like, if you ask me, like, a TV show that portrays teens in, like, a school, I can't really think of much. Because, like, the shows I would watch, it's, like, I don't know. They would have, like, something else, you know? It wasn't just, like, teenagers at school. So I feel like that, it kind of made it different. So it's not exactly comparable with, like, us now. Like, say if you look at Outer Banks, they don't go to school. So it's, like, you know.
Yeah,
I know
think
they
were,
rarely go to
once.
school.
Well,
They've
they've
never
been to school,
been
like,
to
twice
school.
or something, you know?
Yeah.
Or, like,
I know, not one single piece of homework.
Oh my God, and I remember they were in class at one point, and then
They just,
something
like,
just
left.
exactly, and none of the staff even cared.
Not only that, but you watch these and you're like, where are their parents?
Yes,
Exactly.
I know.
Oh wait, but
Like,
it's
where are
season,
your parents?
was it season 2, right?
Yeah,
He was like trying to like run away from her parents.
That's in Outer Banks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Sarah, I think. Running away
Yes.
with the John B.
I know. And if there are parents, they're just stupid. and they don't understand the teenager.
Or they just really
Well,
don't
they're just-
care what they
No.
do. Like, they
Yeah.
really don't care. I feel like there's never that balance, like, with the relationship with their parents and, like, what they do in the TV shows. Because, like, 90% of the time, their parents are just not there. And you're like, where are their parents? Like, how are they out, like, at 2 in the morning doing this? Like, why is their mom not texting them, asking them where they are? Like,
I know.
Exactly. Oh my god.
And that idea of imbalance, I think, even relates to, we talked about, like, mental health and how it's represented, but I feel like most characters are either like, super depressed or okay, or they're, like, manic, but it's not showing the idea that, like, sometimes you can be a bit depressed, sometimes you just feel more happy than other times, and obviously some people are, like, very mentally ill,
Yeah.
but most people have struggles and that type of thing. You're not either healthy or unhealthy.
See, that's what I like about Skins. It's like there's a very good balance between, like, there's the one girl who's, like, literally, like, insane, like, she's, like, psychotic. Then there's the other girl with the eating disorder. Then there's, like, the ones who are, like, they're relatively normal, but they also, like, some days have their struggles.
Yeah.
Some days they find, like, you can see they find the comfort in being with their friends or, like, whatever. Some of them, it's a really good balance, which is what I really like about the show, you know? It's not, like what you said, like, too much or too little. It's, like, realistic, you know?
Yeah, you can have emotions that aren't, like, related to your personality and that aren't there to, like, build a
And
character.
I find also, like, what they did is that they took the actors and they didn't really make them act very much. They just made them act like themselves. So they
That's
took
good.
the actors who felt like how they feel in real life, which is what's amazing about making a teen show with actual teenagers, you know, and not making them change their character too much.
Do you think it's easier to make a good TV show than a movie, or is it just that we've seen more TV shows recently and the recent things tend to be more better and relatable? Or do you think it's easier to, like, make a good storyline or something in a TV show?
I feel like TV shows are better for some reason than movies, but I feel like it has nothing with being recent, because the old stuff is also really good from, like, 10 years
I
ago.
feel like-
Even the 90s, yeah.
I feel like a movie, it's like it shows you like one aspect of life, because you have an hour and a half or like
Yeah.
Exactly.
maybe 2 hours max, where you see like the life of a student, but it's like it's not representative because they don't have enough time to really like put in context and like show what their life is really about. It's more like, okay, this person goes to school, this person does this, that, and then like
Yeah, it's
as
one
opposed
thing.
to like a TV show, you have time to like kind of build it up and like, you know, and I feel like times have changed. Like even if you look like 10, 20 years ago, like times have changed. Like there was no pandemic 10, 20 years ago, which is another thing.
But there's no phones. They didn't have that.
Yes, it's so
Yeah.
interesting.
So
How
it's
phones are included just
much
in
like
movies or
anything
something.
you'll
Yeah.
do today versus 10 years ago is going to be much more realistic, you know?
Yeah, it's easy to fall into archetypes when you're in a movie, because if it's one storyline, you only, like, one character has one role to play in that story. So obviously they're only one thing, whereas like in a
Yeah.
there can be many storylines
It's
in
probably
TV series.
easier to like build on an archetype, so you can just like give a bit of information and like the viewers can kind of like suppose that
Yeah.
it's, oh, this person is like the typical popular girl, queen bee, blah blah blah, or like, oh, this person's a typical loser, you know, all that.
What do you think about older movies? Do you know any older movies, like from the 70s, 90s? Because, like, Ferris Bueller's Days Off, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, like, there are many, like, old teen movies. They were very popular in the 70s,
Actually,
80s.
Ferris Bueller's
I
Day
never
Off,
finished
that
it.
one, like, I love the movie.
Mm-hmm.
The only part, obviously, that's unrealistic, just how much everyone is oblivious to just everything he does.
Yeah, true,
And
true.
especially, there was, like, that scene where he's at the parade, and his dad he didn't even notice his own
yes,
son was on
I know.
TV.
Well, they're funny. Like the John Hughes movies from the 80s, I think they just, obviously we're not in that era anymore, but
Yeah.
the teen movie culture was very big in the 80s. And now I think it's the teen series that's very big, like Euphoria. There's Sex Education on Netflix, and there are like so many right now, just teen
Oh, I
series.
watched that.
Yeah.
I watched
Oh,
that.
I
Sex
like.
Education?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that one. I like it. It's not like too much, too little. I like that one.
And there's
I
so
felt
many
like-
types, like you said, like the mental health, the struggle ones, and the more wholesome
Exactly.
ones. Like such a
found,
variety.
Like, honestly, I found it harder to relate to like sex education just because we go to an all girls school and like
Yeah, it's true.
people aren't like
True.
doing it on the grass like in front of the school.
Yeah, I know it's good, but it's unrealistic.
Yeah,
Because no one would actually go for that.
True.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like, sometimes you don't
Yeah.
always want to see, you know, like, the reality around you. You want to be, like, taken away from reality.
I think it's so hard
agree.
just in general to seek advice from people. and just seeking advice from your friends and asking advice from them, that can be hard. I wouldn't go to like a stranger that especially knows me, like a total stranger or friend. In between is just weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
I don't think anybody would go with to their moms. It's such deep and like Otis always goes to his mom for like.
Yeah.
You
You gotta have a really special relationship.
Weird.
Yeah.
It's really weird.
Okay, another question. Well, kind of actually in the same sort of like, what other?
Sorry, cough on Angelina.
Okay.
Like, what other things would stand out to you in a TV show or movie that were just either excruciatingly bad or surprisingly good?
Like, what do you mean?
Okay, like,
Oh,
let's
well,
say.
okay.
Like,
Well,
I don't know,
okay.
if I talk about, like,
Yeah.
High School Musical right now, they're always singing all the time.
Grease too.
Yeah, and I guess, like,
Oh,
that's, like, the
true.
point of the movie, but I feel like as kids, we would expect to come to high school and everybody would start singing.
I just don't like
And
Well, I
that
think
would-
musicals are kind of supposed to be cringy.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, but it's,
Yeah.
like, I don't, like, I hate
Well, like,
it so
I
much.
feel like musicals, you either love them or hate them, but more people hate them than love
Yeah.
them.
It's annoying.
Well,
Like,
more
why are you singing?
Kids, kids love them, but then when you grow up, you're like, no.
Like, I'm fine
Yeah.
with theater,
Not
but if
for
it's a
me.
movie, I want to watch a movie.
Yeah.
One thing that I notice in high school movies is just how there seems to be, like, always one main group that people want to be part of.
That's true.
And I don't think that's as
Oh,
true as
yeah.
people might think it might be, just
Yeah.
because you don't really have to fit into a mold to make friends. Like, so
Yeah.
many people are like
Not-
you right now,
like,
and will be
yeah.
your friend
Yeah.
as you are.
Not only that, but I feel like the tropes in the TV show and in the movies are so unrealistic. Like, there's, like,
That's
the group
true.
of nerds and the mean girls. Like, I'm sorry, but
Exactly.
nowhere have I ever been that there was actually, like, a real-life Regina George.
True.
No.
But I do feel like
Yeah.
people with the same interest line, like, there are many problematic things with the scene in Mean Girls where the Janice talks about who's at each lunch table.
Yeah.
But in some regard, I feel like the people who like the same things, who like do the same things, kind of get together, and there is
Exactly.
kind of
That's
sense that like groups look
Yeah,
alike.
but I feel like also, like, yes, there's, like, the meaner people, the nerdier people, but it's never, like they do it in the TV, in the movies.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
you
in
can
the
be friends
side-
with people from other groups. That's
Like, there's
one thing
no,
that's
like, there's no
different.
Regina
Yeah.
George walking through our school in her little high heels and, like, consulting everybody. Like, everyone who goes in front of
It's
her
not
face.
as segregated, I think. as
Yeah,
well.
exactly. It's not like, okay, so, like, the
Like, friend
popular
groups,
girls
it's
eat
not
here,
black and white.
the
Yeah.
nerds eat there. Like,
Exactly.
it's not like
yeah.
that.
It's not black and white. Totally.
I don't know if like this angle works.
Nobody has like assigned seats in the
Alright.
cafeteria. Like honestly, one day I could
Yeah.
be sitting like at one end, and then the other
Totally.
the other day I'll be sitting at the other end, and then another day
No,
I'll be sitting in
literally.
the middle. Sometimes I'll be sitting next to the window. Sometimes I'll be like next to the cafeteria.
I feel like the biggest thing that scared me when I came to the school in Sec 1 was not having any friends and being completely irrelevant.
I know I had friends from primary school, and I feel like that was easier.
Yeah, no. Like, literally, like, I was fucking terrified. That's why the
No.
first day in Sec 1, I was always, like, so outgoing.
We were in the same class, weren't we? Yeah, we were.
Yeah, I remember, like, I
you.
came, I was the only one with the rolled skirt and, like, the high ponytail. I was talking
I
to
remember
everyone.
the high ponytail with the
Yeah.
2 little pieces of
Yeah,
hair there.
and I was
remember
talking
that.
to everyone. I just, I needed friends. Like, I was like, there's no, I'm gonna be a loner, you know?
Ooh, do you have any high school books that you've read? Because I'm thinking of a few now, speaking of, like, eating in the bathroom, and I remember that was one
Books.
big thing in a book. I think it was Aurélie Laflamme, where she said, I was alone and I ate in the bathroom, and I was
in
like,
primary
oh my
school,
god.
I would read a lot of those.
Yeah,
I was
I
so
read-
into
I
it.
read-
Léa
I
Olivier
know.
too. Oh
I don't
my
remember
God.
like
Yes, Léa Olivier, that was
yeah,
one. Everyone
my
read
God, I
this.
love that
spin-offs.
one.
The spin-offs I remember more specifically, like
Oh.
the
And all their
Queen Bee,
names ended in
Marie
E.
Gold or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Gold something. I remember her. She was like the queen bee, and she was talking about her life or whatever.
Oh
And then I remember
Yeah.
it was like another girl, like Jeanne something.
Alex.
Yeah, I think that's wait. There's
I
Jean.
read Jeanne and I read Maud.
I couldn't finish
Just
Alex.
cracked my fingers.
Oh, there was Les Nombrils.
That
the
was
BD.
one. Yeah, that was
I loved them. I read all of them.
Oh my
I think it's
God.
normal in some way to.
It was
I
such a
think-
big thing in my
yeah.
primary school. Yeah.
I wouldn't want to read. I feel like I wouldn't be as interested in it now because I'm in high school now. But I feel like when you're one step lower, it's so interesting. Like I think people really like college things now.
I always
because
thought
we're like
that.
one step away from it. I think you always want to look at the thing, the pop culture that's like one step ahead.
It's because I always
Yeah.
thought they were so cool. Like when I would watch these TV shows and these movies, like as a kid, I always thought like the popular girl. I always thought they were so cool. Like even like in Monster High, like the animated
Oh my
stuff.
God.
yes.
I love Monster
I always
High.
thought they were so cool, and I was like, I need to be like that. You know, I need to always go to parties. I need to always have like a lot of friends, a social life. Like I was like, It was set in my mind from day one. I was like, I gotta be that girl.
So regarding to Monster High, we can agree that waist this big and green skin not realistic for high
Yeah,
school.
no,
we
no,
can
no,
agree
no,
about
no,
that.
But I'm talking about like the friends and
No,
the
of course
social
not.
life and the
Oh,
parties
absolutely.
and all that. I was just like, I need that, you know?
I know.
Oh my
Wasn't
God,
there
I
a Monster
love
High
it.
like movie as well? I remember
The
that.
movies were
I know.
absolutely amazing. My favorite one is New York.
Mm.
Oh my god.
Oh,
And
that's
my
so
God, I
good.
remember
I
that.
love
they
that.
had the best songs and everything. Oh, I miss. They took it off Netflix, I think.
Really? They
Yeah,
even
it's
have
been
it
a
on
while.
Oh, one thing I also thought about, because you gave us
One
the topic
thing
in
about
advance.
me, I'm the baddest. Okay.
Monster High. Was that the song?
Yeah.
Monster,
Monster High, Monster High, Monster,
You know
Monster
it was
High.
based
Come
off
on,
of
don't be
Britney
shy,
Spears'
Monster
song.
High.
The,
really?
Give me more.
Oh.
Was there another one that I think that was the only one that was like based
Yeah.
off? And it took me years to find out that Madison Beer was the one who sang like the other song.
Oh, yeah,
Really?
it's true. I
What?
saw that on TikTok.
Wait, did you guys watch She's All That?
Yeah.
Wait,
The Addison
that one
Rae
and He's All
movie?
That.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, that's the original She's All That. The new one, He's All That.
I hate
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
All That. I love She's All That. I love the original.
Exactly.
It's so amazing. It's so good.
I haven't
He's
watched
All
it.
That
haven't
is
seen it.
absolutely disgusting.
Okay,
That
let's
movie needs
talk
to be
about that.
burned. It needs to be sacrificed to the devil.
You know what they
It's
did
so
wrong in that
bad.
movie?
Everything.
For some reason, they didn't, because you know how the
They
actress
tried
in the
to
original
force
movie,
it into being so
Exactly.
realistic.
It was
That
horrible.
is,
it
like-
wasn't realistic
Like
at all.
when
So
you no, I
cringy.
find when you incorporate social media and stuff, and it has like the text and the
With the
thing-
bubbles,
and the
they're
modern
just
stuff, they're
text
forcing
that
it
pop
onto
up,
you.
It's like, ugh.
I watched that. I was
agree.
like, this is disgusting. I couldn't even finish it.
But you know what I don't understand about that movie is, yeah, you know how the original actress is playing the mother in the.
Oh, I
like,
didn't know that.
Like Addison Rae's mother in the
Are
movie.
you serious?
Yeah,
Oh, the girl and She's All That? Like the girl, the main
Yeah.
character? Oh.
That's actually so cool.
and for some odd reason,
That's why I thought she was the only normal one in the movie.
yeah, honestly,
She was the only
Yeah.
non-TikTok star.
Yeah.
for some reason they didn't connect the two stories together. Like, let's say, because you know how she's the one who, like, you know, she tried to make him popular and everything, and then obviously he finds out. But for some reason they didn't connect the story. Like, let's say the mother had found out that her daughter did that. She's like, well, you shouldn't have done that. Like, you know, like, let's say that happened to me back in high school. Like, I don't know why they didn't connect the story.
That would have been cool if they did.
like literally every single TV show, teen movie, all of that, everything ends in prom.
I know.
True,
It's
there's
like,
always a big event.
You're a
Always
freshman.
prom,
You're a
home-
freshman.
Yeah, like I'm
going to
expecting a
prom.
lot for prom after watching all those movies my entire
I
life.
know.
I'm expecting a
Yeah.
whole thing.
And even
like,
the summer I turned pretty. This I loved. I watched it over the summer.
Oh,
The
yeah.
summer I turned
I
pretty. That
love
was so
that.
good. But there's like a debutante ball at the end. True. There's always like one big event at the end. It's the case in most movies.
Yeah.
You got
I like
like
how
a
it's different
climactic
than-
event,
Yeah.
and like what's like the climax of
The
high
end
school
was so
prom. I
sad.
guess.
I almost cried, but
At
I'm
the end of the
Yeah.
summer. I know.
Oh, you
it's
have
a
to
good
read
way
the
to make me
books?
cry.
Oh my god. First, beginning of book 2. Oh my god.
The summer I turned pretty. Oh no, I read the books as well.
I've read the first one, but I have the two others, and I have to start.
I know. Well, have you
Oh,
seen it,
time.
Angelina?
I haven't
It's
seen
really
it.
good, but
It's so good. You have to watch
someone
End is
dies,
so sad.
and then
God.
Phoebe Bridgers
Well-
plays, and it's just like.
See, also I feel like what they don't
Who
portray,
dies?
in like
Her?
Susanna
teen movies
dies?
is death.
Oh yeah, the first. Oh,
It's
true.
death in their
Oh,
lives.
spoiler alert! Susanna dies.
Guys.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, beginning of book 2,
Yeah, she dies.
and Susanna died. Like,
Susanna dies.
I feel like
Sorry.
I feel like another thing that they don't portray in like teen movies.
this?
Guys, oh my god, changing the subject right now.
Okay, go ahead.
Like
Go
another
ahead.
thing that they
We're
don't.
excluding you. Sorry.
I had
So
so
sorry.
much hope.
Oh no, she dies.
Another thing that they don't portray well, I
Sounds
feel like is
realistic.
okay, we're
death.
out. Yes.
Is death in
Yeah,
like
that-
these people's
The main
lives.
character's mom is dying.
Like, I feel like
I
I feel like
agree.
in so
Oh, I
many
see what you
teens,
mean.
like in real life, like a lot of like their friends die or like whatever. Like here every single day, even in
Riverdale.
this city, like in this city,
This, like,
there's like
yeah.
kids who get shot and like their
Yeah.
schools have like memorials and stuff. I feel like they don't portray that.
Season
Yeah.
1 of
See,
Riverdale.
I'm gonna go back to Skins because in every single season is a new generation, so it's a new set of kids, and like in each season, there's one of the kids that die, and like everyone
Okay.
sees how everyone deals with that. Like, how do you as a teen deal with one of your friends being dead or a family member being
Yeah.
dead,
I can't even imagine.
or like if a teacher dies? Like if a teacher dies tomorrow, like how would we all react?
Yeah.
They'd be
Wow.
like, what the fuck?
Well,
Like,
it's
if-
one
am I-
of those things you just don't want to like imagine. Like, even when you imagine it, it's not gonna at all match the real thing because
I
it's
know.
just
Yeah, yeah.
something like me. Okay, I've never dealt with, like, yes, I've dealt with death in the family, but it was never someone that I was, I guess, close to.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't imagine how I'm gonna feel when it is someone that I.
Yeah, especially someone you're not expecting to die.
Exactly.
But they must
Mhm.
have had like a different teenage experience, because you know, like growing up as a singer songwriter type thing, it's very different, you know. Like I was watching Dancing with the Stars yesterday.
Oh my god.
No, I love Dancing with the Stars. It's so good.
Janelle was watching that too yesterday. She was crying.
Oh no! And
She sent us
Is
videos
it
of her
like an
crying.
emotional show or something?
No. But Mondays was really sad because there's one girl. Are you guys gonna watch it? Because I'll like kind of spoil it.
I was
No,
thinking of
spoil it.
watching it, honestly.
So
Jennifer,
there's this girl.
We're,
Just
we're
say
here
it.
for spoils.
Block
We
your
spoiled
ears.
everything at this
Yeah.
point.
So
I
Is
saw
this
that
a
Netflix
real
link.
TV show or is this
this is
a
Dancing with the Stars.
It's
so
a
they have
reality-
to tell their
Wait,
story.
Selma
it's
Blair?
reality?
Yeah.
What
They
was
have
it?
to tell their
Selma
story.
Blair was
It's
Vivian
reality.
in
Charlie-
Legally Blonde.
Charlie D'Amelio and her mom are both on the show at the same time. She did
Oh, I heard
such a
about
good
that.
dance. Monday, she did something about anxiety. It was like really touching. Like I'm gonna find it. It was really good.
You know what else is a teen TV show? There's Next Step and Degrassi.
Oh my
That
god,
one I
I
need
love
to
that
watch.
show.
The Next Step and Degrassi.
The
Wait,
Next
what's it
Step-
about?
I still watch
The
it
Next Step is
sometimes.
like dancing.
Okay, yeah.
They're like dancers,
Oh,
but it's
yeah,
like
that's
drama.
It's the acting is really bad.
Yeah,
But,
it's
like-
horrible. It's really bad, but it's I don't know. I
Alicia,
was
your
hooked
your
to it as a
overlying
kid.
theme seems to be kids shows with bad acting.
Okay, actually,
These are
guys,
favorite teen
speaking of
things.
which, I think that the elephant in the room, Riverdale. I think we need to talk about
Oh my
that.
God,
Really
yes, I mean, that's
disgusting.
a
It was
train
good
wreck.
at first,
The
but
first season was good, then it went downhill.
You know, I thought it was a train
Jingle
wreck.
Jangle. What's Jingle Jangle?
I thought it was a train wreck.
Couldn't they use normal drugs like Molly, cocaine, like Jingle Jangle? Like what's Jingle Jangle?
No, let's talk about that scene with
I'll be thinking
Archie
it was an actual
with all the
thing,
guys.
like real thing.
Okay, and then the guy he's saying he had to drop out of the 4th grade.
Oh yes,
because-
I saw that
Who
one on
dropped
the
out of the
stand up.
fourth
I
grade?
heard about that.
It's like, well, I guess you don't know the epic highs and lows of high school football.
I saw that meme. You know, I thought it was a train wreck on season 1. And then I was like, okay, let's not watch this anymore.
I
And
thought
now
it
it's
was
even
amazing.
more of a train wreck. And thank God I
no,
disengaged.
the
That
scene,
I
powers
watched
now.
until season 4,
the scene where
and
Betty,
then I tried. Like I really tried.
You
watching
tried? I
Season
know.
5. I was like, no, this is so bad.
the scene where Betty and Veronica literally in episode 1 were like dancing in their little cheerleading
Yes.
costume. That was
I
so bad.
remember
That's
that
so
one.
unrealistic.
And
I'm
then
sorry.
like-
Who would do that?
Yeah,
I
and
know
then
I would
they
never
make
do
The
Yeah.
fact that they
They
always
make you out
wear
to get into
sometimes
the
like
cheer team.
even not even just Riverdale, like there are movies where they always wear the cheerleading costume. Like they don't
I
wear
know,
the
and-
uniform.
Oh, I know. Oh my god. I didn't think of that.
And
True.
the 3 of us are cheerleaders. This is why we're here.
I would never walk
Um,
around in my
none
little
of them
class
are
6
wearing
uniform.
I
like-
know, and I think I've worn mine like 5 times last year, just for competitions and stuff. So
Yeah.
never.
For some reason they make it like for some reason they make it the only thing about the character.
I mean, you could wear it for
And it
Halloween
makes
if you
for
want
but
to.
I know.
Oh
I
my
feel-
God,
I
literally.
don't know why.
I know. Discovering that
Go to a
cheerleading
party
was a
with the
sport
cheer
and more
outfit.
like
It's just you can't
a
get like
pet
thrown
thing.
up on or something.
Exactly.
I think now we have that new movie, Do Revenge, that
Oh, I've heard about it.
Do Revenge. I started it and then I fell asleep.
you should watch. It's so
Because of
it's
the
so
movie
good.
or just general tiredness?
I just fell asleep.
Okay.
I was-
I think we're getting cut short.
okay, well, thank
All
you
right.
for having us.
Yes,
This
thank
was
you
very
so
fun.
much.
Welcome.
So
and you
fun.
guys were amazing guests.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
so
of course.
Oh,
This
I
was
wanna
very
have you guys
fun.
next
I'm
time.
looking at the salad right there and I'm very hungry, so let's go.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
Okay.
That's a wrap.